Hi, I'm Thriller. And do you hate it when your weird recording software just ends up working on you, even though it worked literally for a battle before the battle? That's me. Hi. What's up, guys? It's your boy Thriller here. We're here for week number 7 of the UNPL D League, where we take on Coach Don Octoscore and the sick looking logo with the Tokyo Tyrannotars. Sick logo. I love it. And this is a post-con battle because that's my luck with my recording. But regardless, we're here for week 7, and fun fact about Don's team here: Don's team actually changed from when I last prepped with, and thank goodness. And being a smart draft league player that I was, I double checked the transactions tab, and I noticed Don's transactions on my last day off of the week, which was a Thursday, or it was on a Friday. No, it was Thursday. And I changed my team, or it was Friday morning. It was one or the other. And I changed my team just a few days before we played, which is obviously today of, which is a Sunday, breaking the fourth wall. Love it. But, but so I had to rechange this team, and hopefully the rechange team works. If not, well, there goes our chances. So, with his team now, he has Dragapult, Iron Treads, Ogre Fire, Heart Flame, I don't know why I say that. Florges, Rapid Strike, Urshifu, Hoopa Unbound, Jolteon, Knacklestack, Quillfish, and Staraptor. Now, originally, he did have Terra Knacklestack, but then dropped his Terra Captain for Florges, which, oh, meant that Knacklestack wasn't coming. Because if you look at my team, yeah, I have answered the Knacklestack, but Knacklestack, I believe, was Rock, Ghost, and Fairy. Ghost, I would not have had any counterplay through Ghost, and an Iron Defense Body Press or Iron Defense Salt Cure with Stealth Rocks and Recover. I wasn't going to beat that thing at all. So I had to really figure things out with that team, and I really wasn't going to feel that confident with the team. But he made these transactions and he changed a lot of things. First off, I already knew that he was going to bring ground floor just now. The reason why I say ground over water, even though water does make sense, ground is his best option to take on Boulder. If he is water, Boulder can still click mighty clean. Because you look at his team, besides Treads and Urshifu, Rock Move go crazy. Rock Move kind of has no resistance on this team, and I think Boulder could just put in a lot of work. But we're picking up Terra Florges. Florges is actually a little more threatening against someone on our team. As a good physically defensive setup variant, it is very good and just can just really powerhouse our team if we are not careful. I am very much hoping that we can pick up the win here because if we pick up a win and we win next week, which is actually against our next week opponent right here in useless Umbreon, the Boston Backshots, but we're just gonna call him Umbreon because he's not useless. He is, in the words of John, trash. But for me, Umbreon is a cool guy, and he gives off some pretty cool back shots in Boston. So, I'm stupid. But anyways, we're taking on Don here. So let me go show you guys the team that we did bring here. We're Lumberry Go-Go. This is basically designed to be able to be a majority of the bulk that he had on his team and to just kind of set up, taking Will-O-Wisp from Dragapult and then Oko that thing with player off at +1. We have our Primrose, which was designed to rock polish up and be able to just chip things down and damage everything relatively well, which is really good. We are 112 in HP, 8 in defense, max special like modest, 108 speed depth, and 28 speed with Terra Water. We are Terra Water with our 2 Terramons like in Terra Water here, just because it was a really defensive option. But a mon that I'm going to want to Terra in this matchup and be a Terra Fairy set this matchup is Carbink here with Chesto Berry, Rest, Iron Defense, Body Press, and Moonblast. Besides, even if a Tread tries to hit me down, if I am maxed up, boosted, or even boosted in general, and just pure Terra Fairy, it actually is not going to be able to take me on relatively well and can't do too much to me as well in that matchup. It also kind of helps check physically offensive Hoopa and also really helps me deal with a lot of other things on their team. Physically, defensive wise, we also have a decent amount of def investment to be able to take us some hits as well. Rest after we get some boost up here is really, really good for us here. We have Kuwan, my Blaziken, which is actually a really cool set this week. We are Swords and Skills Combat, Poison Jab, and Earthquake. We are max to speed tie with Hoopa, which obviously I think I had to, especially with him picking up Hoopa, which I think played a big factor there. And it's really weird as you'll see either this. No, you'll probably see the BFO Surge game before this one. I had to face a Hoopa in that team too, back to back. The coincidence? I think not. Even though I already knew in advance. Well, somewhat knew in advance. But anyways, basically the idea with Wired Herb here is to stop any CC's recoil damage from well, what we call damage, but basically not getting the defense drops. But this is also here to function as Quillfish answer. Because even if it is physically defensive Quillfish with a +2, unless I get absolute low roll, that dies from Earthquake. And with having White Herb, I can guarantee have a +2, which is really good. We have sections of Dunsparce here with Serene Grace, with I think I should have been more rattled, if anything. But we have Toxic Roost, Boomburst, and Earth Power. This is actually a fast little bugger of a Dunsparce here because it is basically designed to be actually very offensive this matchup and to be able to kind of take things on. Toxic's really good to just get toxic damage off on a lot of things and whittle them down. Roost for recovery and longevity. Chop Berry to be able to take on any fighting type hits. Also, I went Terra Water with these two just so I can take on Urshifu who hit Surgeon Strikes better. Close combat still hurts a lot, but with Surgeon Strikes, I can take that thing on really well. And last one is if Boulder here is adamant, we actually have enough investment to make sure this thing is faster with booster energy speed, 116 HP, Mac, 136 attack, adamant nature, and 24. Swords automatically does inhibit Earthquake. I am going to Earth ground coverage over fighting just because I don't think fighting matters a lot more. If I can get a potential chance to set up a Swords Dance, this thing could just literally claim a KO and just win the game by itself. So it's very powerful. So with that, let's talk into the matchup here. Again, do apologize that you guys are seeing this, and I want to go out of the dark mode. Oh, automatic is just white. That's lame. But as you can see, he actually brought the exact six that I predicted him to bring because I think he realizes that Quillfish with Hazard is really good. It's also a really fantastic Blaziken check. Obviously, having Treads were a good, reliable spin option against my team. Obviously, Terra Florges was a lot better than Terra Staraptor in this matchup. Urshifu and Pole just did fantastic. And Hoopa was something of a last minute thought I could bring, but I think matched up still fairly well into my team, especially if it was like a Scarf Hoopa. So let's talk about this matchup here. So I'm going to lead off here with Michael Lamore as he's actually going to lead off the Quillfish here. I decided to go for a Rock Polish instead of an Earth Power because if I Earth Power there, this Quillfish was dead. And in hindsight, maybe should have went for that. But in comes the Iron Treads here. I'm going to Earth Power it. It actually reveals to be like a max HP AV set, which surprised me. I thought Barry would make a lot of sense here. But he's going to knock out Michael Lamore, which is actually really huge. Now, this was a very crucial turn, and it's already turn 3. I have to either risk going for an SC, predicting the Quillfish to come out of here, or I'm basically, because I went almost straight into this to kind of figure out that I had Vacuum Wave, or I was choiced in some fashion, you know? So I wanted him to be forced out. Plus, I felt like, excuse me, I felt like he really needed to prioritize getting those T spikes away because if he didn't have any way to remove those T spikes after Treads went down, he theoretically could have just really lost the game in the end game here. So he does make that his Quillfish pivot, and this is where our boy gets to set up an SD. We get to go to town and we click Earthquake. Like I said, unless I get absolute low damage roll, I don't kill. But we OHKO this thing. Now in comes the Urshifu, and I'm gonna kill this thing with a close combat. It's gonna die. What? Wait, wait, hold on, what? Wait, what? What? How did this thing live? I don't have my calcs open anymore. Damn. But I actually did the calcs. First off, I accidentally made this Urshifu dark. But even then, when I changed it to water, it's still lit. It still dies unless this thing is like max HP or like split between HP and defense. And I just got a very terrible roll on that damage. I'm just yeah. Okay. No more no more logic here. So he's gonna go for the drain punch here and actually go for the recoveries. I'm gonna go for a bulk up here, and I'm actually going to horn leech on this turn now as he drain punches again. Thankfully, does not get a crit. I get some really good recovery out here, and Go gets to claim another KO here. In comes the Hoopa Unbound, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, if Hoopa is physical and it's Choice Bandit, it kills me, but if it's Scarf, I can live a Hyperspace Fury unless he gets max roll, but if he's Gunk Shot, I do die here. So I'm just going to sack off my Go. Wait, why am I faster? Also, why did he take only about 50 something? That's max HP, max defense. Wait, what? Wait. What is happening here? my mind has been completely shut down. And also, he reveals to be special in this matchup, which is very interesting. I thought physical was really good, but special makes sense. I play rough catching the Dragapult, hopefully, but we don't. So, unfortunately, Go-Go cannot claim 2 KOs. I'm sorry, Go-Go, my boy. But now I go Boulder here. I could have set up an SD here, but I cannot risk this Treads, potentially Earthquake and Iron Heading and killing me here. But I decided to go for. I accidentally did that. I decided to go for the Mighty Cleave, and it did KO. But in comes Pole, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can either SD here, but if he specs, I pretty much die. And if he's not specs, I can take one hit. But he actually reveals to be physical based off this damage you're about to see, and he reveals to be scarfed, which I personally don't know if I would have liked scarfed. I think Choice Band would have been a lot better with Sucker Punch just because I think that would have opened up the door a lot more. And plus, I think that probably killed me. If not, it would have brought me down insanely low. And then it would have just came down to mind games at that point. But then basically, you just have to sack off one Pokemon or hope something takes a hit and have to go from there and then just try to revenge me with something else. But I don't know. It just would have been one of those situations, you know. But he does go that. I actually make the Zen Headbutt play instead of the Mighty Cleave play, which I feel like I should have Mighty Cleaved over Zen Headbutt, but that was fine. I go for another Zen Headbutt because I've got to get the flinch here, and I don't get it. And this is looking like it's going to be Brad. I don't think I can really win. I have to go into my win con. Believe it or not, I just said that. I Terra Fairy immediately. As he actually synthesis here. I get my first Iron Defense off here. He's going to go for a Calm Mind here. I get my second Iron Defense off here. He's going to Calm Mind again here as I get my third and final Iron Defense off here. And as he goes for another one, thankfully no crit. I go for the rest. I'm full HP. Even if this is a max Fizz Depth and max Depth Bold Nature Florges, this will straight up die to Body Press because of the fact that I am a relaxed, boosted nature. Thankfully, no crit, and we were able to get rid of the Florges. Hoopa comes in, and unless Hoopa crits me here, it can't knock me out. I go for another body press, get rid of the Hoopa, and ladies and gentlemen, even with Steel Wing does not KO me here. He obviously cannot kill me. But now, I know a lot of people get on me about stall, toxic stall, and also the fact that I complain about stall. I had to click rest there for two reasons. One, if he crit me, which I want to show you right here. Just wait. Just wait. If he crit me, that killed me. Because if we go back, I was at 24%. He did 28 to me with that crit, which would have knocked me out at that range. So if I didn't click rest right there, I mean, I think I still would have possibly won. Obviously, if the plate turns out he only got it would have been, two low rolls. It would have still been two hits and a KO right there. But I had to secure the 2-0, and I more importantly had to secure the win and not throw this game as you can see here, and you guys know me, I would never purposely stall a game right here. And with that, we will pick up a 2-0 win on the back of Carbink, baby. That was from my man Antonio. It's whatever, my guy. And also, shout out to Jacob as always for watching the battle. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Mom Dude, for watching the battle. I really appreciate it. And I don't know how we did it, but we are still in the win record after going for a horrendous 3 game losing streak of 5-0s for 3 straight weeks. We win an impossible sand matchup in week 5. We win, I think, with slight luck, but also with a very good team that we brought in that week. And now this game, we really preserved ourselves and got rid of the threats that we needed to. And generally speaking, I think we played very well. Again, the only misplay there was maybe not going for the Horn Leech in front of the Holt there. I mean, in front of the Hoop on there and getting rid of, treads early. But I don't know. It would have still played a factor. And who knows? Maybe I would have not even terrored my Diancie potentially. And if I didn't tear my Diancie, I actually could have lost to the Florges. So that misplay ended up saving us there. So very happy with that. Carbink's getting thumbnail. Carbink deserved it, man. Carbink deserved thumbnail, man. But with that being said, GG's to Don. Thank you so much for the battle. And I'm still on this win streak, man. We are now officially 4-3 we are in a 3-game win streak. And if we win next week, which I didn't talk about the playoff standings, which I did in the previous recording. Basically, if we lost this matchup, we basically would have been fighting for probably the 8th seed against our opponent next week, which was uses Umbreon of the Boston Bashot, aka Umbreon, because that's just what I'm going to call him. I don't like using the word useless, even though I know it's just in his name. I don't like it. I'm just going to call him Umbreon. But if we won versus Umbreon, we would have went 4-4 with still a very massive negative differential, probably, and we could have maybe sunk in the 8th seed. But now we're in an interesting position because Umbreon actually lost his match last week. If we lose, we can still make it in as the 8th seed as long as the Telsa Iron Crowns, and if Dawn loses next week. If both teams lose next week, we can guarantee ourselves 8th seed. If we win, we are guaranteed probably between, I want to say, maybe 5 and 7 if we're lucky. Basically, though, we're not going to pick our opponent. There's no way we're going to be able to pick our opponent. But basically, we would make playoffs. We would 100% lock in playoffs. If we lose, we have to rely on 2 teams losing to have our shots. But basically, ladies and gentlemen, after a massive comeback, it is playoffs do or die. With that, though, thank you all so much for watching. We're going to try our best to win next week and hopefully lock in playoffs, but it's not going to be easy. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!